Jungkook wanted to say, he was unable to say, he couldn't refuse, using strong words even he wanted to. Don't come even a little closer to me in the future, Taeyong. This is good for you. He warned Taeyong strictly and left the room, while Taeyong remained silent. There was a storm. Everyone present at the breakfast table. They were having breakfast together, but today there was a lot of silence. Neither the sound of their words nor the echo of their laugh are resounded. Jungkook sat anxiously for a long time, listening to the sound of their laugh. But breakfast was served, and the silence didn't break. Jungkook, son, I reminded Lisa had to go to college. He had some important paper left there. So you should take him with you today, if you're free soon. Aunt continued the conversation. At first, Jungkook refused, but then he thought for a while and fell silent. I will come at 4 in the evening. Be ready, I will take you. He said seriously and got up. As usual, they bought all the belongings. Jungkook took a look at Tae. Her head was bored. Jungkook wanted desperately to look at his eyes, but he wasn't raising his head. Jungkook went out and returned for his keys. They stood there holding the keys. He turned around and took the keys for Taeyong and went toward the car. He was sitting in the car and was gone. All Taeyong's existence is become gone. What does it mean? Today he didn't come near Taeyong. He did not touch his nose to nose. He had gone far away. Because of you, Taeyong, he went away from you. He was heartbroken and come back inside. He was facing his room. His tears were not stopping, so that he would have gone out and sat with everyone. Jungkook had even taken away his smile for his face. He was crying and sobs. Today Jungkook spent the whole day in the police station. In anxiety, he knew they would have been crying. There was the honor of a small heart and couldn't bear even a little scolding. So today, Jungkook had made him listen very well. But now, Jungkook was regretting it. I could have easily said no to him. There was no need to scold him so harshly. I just don't know why I got angry. He was getting restless standing in the court of his, and he wanted to call Taeyong if he wanted. But then he stopped after thinking of for a while. He had to go home by 4 o'clock, and when he would be free, and then would looking after his own life. Yes, it was his life, even though he would be angry and scold Taeyong. But Taeyong was his. Wasn't that peaceful enough? He entered the house at 4 o'clock, but then he found Lisa completely ready and seeing her preparations. Jungkook put a pill on his forehead, wearing a revealing dress, applying deep lipstick on her lips. She was looking Jungkook, which made Jungkook very uncomfortable. In this state, you will go with me. Why? What happened? She said while fixing her dress. Are you going to a fashion show? Jungkook had never seen Taeyong or Jimin dressed like that, and they had never done such a stupid thing. It's fine, Jungkook, she said in a surprise. Go and change, he said, and took a step toward his room. His heart was anxious to see Taeyong just once. If he saw Tae, his restless soul find peace as soon as he entered the room, so the fragrance welcomed him. Seeing his room clean and his heart felt itchy, he was just putting his thing on the table and he heard a voice from the dressing room. Come now, Jimin, close this zip. I don't know where it's stuck. It's not closing at all. Jungkook must be coming. Jungkook helplessly stepped toward the dressing room, the door of which was half open. He saw it and forced his way in. They were standing in front of the mirror, struggling to close the back zipper of his dress. While looking at the milky vest and black strip on it, a lump appeared on Jungkook's throat and disappeared. Please, Jimin, close it. Without looking at who was at the door, he spoke, and Jungkook turned back with a stone in his heart. It seems even more difficult to control himself today. Jimin, hurry up, Cook will come right away. And I wasn't even ready. His voice hit his ear again. He stood behind him. Suddenly feeling someone's presence behind him, they raise his head and look in the mirror. So they remain silent. Jungkook closed the zipper of his dress with a jerk. They felt the rough touch of his hand very lightly on his breast. You're my wife. No, everyone but should see you. Even if he was my brother. I will not tolerate it. You should be careful in the future, he said in a strict tone while leading Tae and went out, while Taeyong remained frozen, like a block of ice, seeing Jimin and Taeyong coming along. The expression of Lisa's face were dark, and now they sat in the front seat with full right. Lisa's body would catch fire. There was a silence all the way. Taeyong would look at Jungkook, and seeing his spotted face, he would look bad at that windshield. When they reached the college was closed. So, which college is open at 4 o'clock? The watchman said chalkily, and Jungkook looked at Lisa, who was now looking around with her head bowed. My mind was also not working. The admin office really closed at 4. Then why did Lisa see that? Jungkook was a little upset, but then he shook his head. According to Miss John, he had bought them to get them dinner together. You guys decide to order. I'm coming. Jimin come out of the cabin after receiving a call, so that they start looking their favorite menu. While Lisa was looking at these two, who was getting reckless. After a while, Jungkook returned and the food was served. They returned home at the night, after eating in a pleasant atmosphere. Today was Anhaya, such a happy once a week. Jimin was laughing, while Jungkook was happy to see his brother laughing and smiling like this. They go to the room. I will meet Uma first. He told Taeyong to hand over his thing and went toward the room. You? Why don't you stay away from Jungkook's life? Taeyong was walking toward his room after hearing listening word. What does this nonsense mean? They got angry. It's not nonsense. It's reality. You have yourself on Jungkook's life. I know you haven't given him right yet. You keep him in a fear. You keep chasing him. You know, he doesn't even deserve an insensitive boy like you, who can't even respond to his love with love. Leisha shot an arrow in the air, which hit in the target. Why are you saying all this? Who told you? Theo felt an explosion happen around him. Do I need to say something? It's clear that Jungkook is not happy with you. This is a lie. You are trying to convince yourself even more. Who you are giving it to? Jungkook fed up from you. He wanted to move toward me, but because of you, he stopped. And I had told Jungkook to accept me legally. I will make his every night colorful. Leaning her closer to their ear, she said, I will soak her in the rain of my love and the closeness for the whole night, that he will see anything except me. When he gets the warmth of my closeness, then he will forget every moon phase. Just wait and watch. Lisa had already challenged him, and their eyes once again get red. They would answer him. They would have answered very well. But how would when there was a thief in his heart? Because this is the truth. They had not given Jungkook his right so far. Preparing for Jimin's wedding, he had begun throughout the house. Every ceremony was arranged with a great fanfare. Upon Yoongi's return, Yoongi and Jimin hung up as Jimin was in his love, or perhaps his obsessed love. Yoongi was enjoying every function with all his heart. It was like he had pulled by finding Jimin. Jimin was also very happy because Yoongi was also very good to him. Everyone was so confused in the wedding preparation. Every function was ate the best by Jungkook and Lisa. Lisa was in every function. He even used to talk to Jungkook with a smile, and Jungkook also answered her word without getting irritated. This was the feeling of friendship between two, which everyone noticed. By the way, see how cute they look standing together. Aunt said lovingly seeing Lisa and Jungkook together, and Miss John's eyes also looked toward them. Then a smile would disappear for her face for a moment. Jungkook and Lisa were standing next to Jimin on a stage. Like a couple, Miss John's anxious eyes wanted to find them. She saw they were standing next to an old lady. They were smiling and asking her how she was, while Miss John had on her forehead. What was a strange boy? He had his husband like a wild bull. When will this boy come to his senses and he will tie his husband to his lap? Miss John muttered and turned her eyes. Aunt had moved towards someone else she knew. Meanwhile, they were see going toward the stage. As he reached, he started moving forward when Lisa suddenly stepped in the path and they were startled and was about to fall straight toward the Yoongi.